The Z Fold 6 is just a few days away from being announced. And I want to talk about, is it worth getting rid of your Z Fold 5? Is it worth upgrading? Because that's one of the biggest questions that we're going to address as we move forward. Because the Z Fold 5 is just now about a year old and it's going to have the best trade in deals over any other phone because it's the most expensive phone. And if you want to save some money, and if you're even on the fence about it, I've got a link in the description you can go to. You can reserve your pre-order and you can get $50 free of Samsung credit whenever you decide to go and purchase your phone. And you can enter for a $5,000 Samsung sweepstakes, which is pretty cool, and it puts you in the barrel, so you can get up to $1,500 or more of savings. So link in the description is affiliate link, and it helps out the channel if you use that, and doesn't cost you any extra. So it's a win-win in that regard. But yeah, the Z Fold 5. I think it's a fantastic phone. So I'm going to tell you right now, you probably don't want to hear this. If you're interested in getting a new phone, you probably shouldn't upgrade from your Z Fold 5 to the Z Fold 6. I know, raining on your parade. But if you just want to go out there, YOLO, you only live once. If you want to take advantage of these things, because here's the deal. We're likely going to get $1,000. I've even heard rumor maybe $1,200 of trade-in credit for the Z Fold 5 whenever it comes out. That's going to be the maximum, the most that you'll be able to get. And Samsung's pretty good about the trade-in stuff historically. I mean, there was a year last year where it wasn't so good with the S23, but they redeemed themselves with the S24, and the Z Fold 5 was pretty good too. So yeah, if you want to get rid of your Z Fold 5, which again, I don't recommend, you can. I mean, we're going to get the new Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. We're talking hopefully more RAM. I'd like to see us with 16. It looks like the Z Flip is probably going to end up with 12, which would be cool. Don't quote me on that, but I'm hoping that we go to 16 gigs of RAM. We're probably still going to have 256 gigabytes of storage, but one of the big benefits of doing the pre-order is likely you're going to get more storage. And that's what's happened the last 2 years. That's what happened with the Z Fold 4, Z Fold 5. It happened with the S23, the S24. You can reserve your pre-order, and then when the pre-order comes out, likely they're going to have the double the storage thing. So yes, they're 256 baseline, but you can get that extra savings and get the 512. 512 is a lot. So if you didn't pre-order last year and you waited and you just got the 512, I mean, you got the 256, then yeah, you might want to get extra storage. Plus, we're going to have the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. Now, the Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 is a very good chip. It's great for gaming. It's great on heat. It's really good on battery life, and it powers everything that you need to power inside of here. And plus, the phone's still going to be supported for several more years. So yeah, that's not necessarily prudent from that perspective, but the Z Fold 6 is going to have the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. It's even better. More power, more sophistication, and it's got a big boost in the AI department. So we're supposed to be getting new AI features coming out very soon. Android 15 and the Google Pixel 9 series phones are supposed to launch. They have an event on August the 13th, and we're supposed to see some next level, next generation AI features. Well, we pretty much got all those a couple months later when the S24 launched. I'm hoping we get them even sooner with the Z Fold series phones. So whenever the Z Fold 6 and the Z Flip 6 come out, I'm hoping very shortly after Google launches Android 15, we'll see One UI 7, and hopefully that brings some more cool stuff on board. The Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, I gotta be honest, the 8 Generation 2 seems like it's been handling the AI stuff better than even the Google Pixel at its own game. So I think Samsung's kind of the king of AI right now. And I think they're going to continue to carry that crown moving forward. So you'll have the opportunity to probably get double storage. Also, one important thing when it comes to pre-ordering, they tend to have good discounts on insurance. Now, there's one thing that people still worry about with these phones, and that is the folding, flipping screens that are basically made out of plastic that folds. You've got the crease down the middle. Well, the new one, hopefully they'll have a better crease, but it's going to have a better screen. We're supposed to be getting a bigger boost in brightness. Hopefully it joins the S24. Hopefully we get 2600 nits. That would make it really bright. You can see it indoors, you can see it outdoors. But a lot of people worry about the hinge. A lot of people worry about the crease, and they worry about maybe it cracking, maybe it failing. So if you refresh that every year, that gives you kind of like a new lease on life whenever it comes to the screen on your phone. And then go ahead, I recommend the insurance. And the insurance typically for the folds is heavily discounted. I think last year was like 50% off, and you could buy 2 years up front, I think for like around $100 or less. So if you can get some cheap insurance, you can get double the storage, you get a brighter, better screen, and then we're going to get, of course, an extra year of support out of it. Maybe they'll extend the support because we already extended the S24 series to 7 years. Maybe the Z Fold 6 will beat it in that department. They're also talking about making it lighter, probably going to be some titanium, maybe even thinner. And one thing some people ask for, I know, I like the front screen just fine with how it is because, well, if you have this phone, you want to use the inside screen. The main screen is the big screen on the inside. The new one is probably going to be, I think, about 1 millimeter shorter and about 2 millimeters wider, something like that. So it's going to make it even more commercialized, even more mainstream for folks who want to have a bigger experience on the front. And, well, we're going to get, I think, a little bit bigger boost in that department. I've seen some images. It looks squared off. It looks beautiful. Everything I've seen about the new ones and the leaked images and renders looks fantastic. So, yeah, there are going to be things that are worthwhile to upgrade. If you've got a Z Fold 3, yeah, you're probably going to want to upgrade because the Z Fold 3, not the best in the battery department, not the best in the power department, not the best in the heat department, not the best in, it's not capable of doing the AI stuff as well as these new ones. So Z Fold 3, yeah, probably a strong contender for upgrading, especially as it's ending, the end of its support for operating system updates much sooner. Z Fold 4, kind of the same deal. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1, which is very, very good, but at the same point in time, I was still only getting about 4.5, 5 hours of screen on time out of it. It was not the best in the whole battery department. So if you take a look at Snapdragon 8 Generation 3, probably about the same size battery, but you'll be able to squeak out extra battery because of that AI that's embedded in, learns your routines, all that stuff, knows when to throttle things down, and it should extend it out. Plus better battery, better, newer battery technology. I hope we get faster charging. I don't think we'll see it, but yeah, there's a lot of things that if you're on the outside looking in with a Z Fold 2, Z Fold 3, Z Fold 4, I think you're probably pretty good in the whole upgrade department. Again, that link in the description, that'll save you. You'll get $50 free of Samsung credit, and that'll entitle you to have the most you can get for trade-in values and all that great stuff. So, like I said, I got a link in the description for that. But looking forward, do you want to get rid of your Z Fold 5? And again, I got to say for most folks, probably 90% of people, that's going to be a no because we got the backwards compatibility. They brought the AI features that we got with the S24. That was cool. Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 last year, yeah, I thought it was the best processor we've seen, probably ever. And then the Snapdragon 8 Generation 3 refined that, but you're not bad off with the 8 Gen 2. You're not bad off with 12 gigs of RAM. You're not bad off with the screen that's in here because I think that it's really good. They've made a lot of changes whenever it came to this phone, and they made it thinner, they made it lighter, they made it brighter screens. Like, there was a lot of different stuff. The only thing that's really disappointing me at this point in time is just the fact that they continue to keep using the same old cameras, and you can't use the S Pen with the front screen. Now, one day, hopefully we'll get the S Pen inside of here, but I think that's low on some people's priority list. If it's on the case, perfectly fine. I only lost mine for the first time this last year, but I think most people are hanging on to them pretty well. And I would like to see us get a smart stylus. And I say smart and dumb stylus. So there's the S24, it's got the great stylus, the air gestures, the Bluetooth functionality. It lets you know where it's lost and things like that. So there's a lot of nice things about that you get those features. I'd like to see us get a smart stylus that goes inside the phone at some point. But the two big things that irk me are the cameras, which are very good. I can't say the cameras aren't good. I've taken a lot of amazing photos with the cameras, but I would like to see new ones, and I would like to get S Pen functionality on the front screen. Like, all the time I've got my S Pen out, and that's why I said the Z Fold 5 was still the best foldable this last year, even over the better screen experience on the outside with the OnePlus, because the S Pen, the integration, the multitasking, DeX, all that stuff, and the support, I think still beats them. So you still have industry-leading support, best in multitasking category. You still got the desktop client stuff with DeX. There's a lot to like here. So, like I said, you should probably hold on to the Z Fold 5. If I can't convince you to not do that, then the Z Fold 6 is going to have some nice stuff. I know a lot of folks like to get these phones year over year. I know I do. Even if I didn't make phones, I would, because I just have an addictive personality when it comes to phones. I have to have the latest and greatest. And if that's you, well, you can save some money on that. Again, link in the description. But overall, yeah, it'll probably be a pretty nice upgrade. And of course, it's going to be shiny. It's going to be brand new. It'll be the latest talking point on the street. You'll be the coolest kid on the block with the new folding phone. And I think more mainstream, a lot of folks have a lot more confidence in them. I've been traveling a lot lately, and especially as I go on planes and I go different places, I've been seeing more and more people with foldable phones. So I think they're more viable than ever. I think Samsung has the highest confidence rating because Samsung, they pioneered this. They've been doing it a long time, and they've got things down pretty good, which is one of the reasons why they don't change a lot significantly, because when you've got a good formula, whenever you stray from that, that's when you end up having issues. So, they've got all their methods tried, true, tested, and I have a lot of confidence in their phones. So, yeah, is it a necessary upgrade? Absolutely not for the Z Fold 5. Should you go out and spend another $1,800 plus to get one? No, you probably shouldn't. But hey, I know I would be. So I understand if you want to, and I will get mine ASAP. I've already done the reservation for my pre-order, which I highly recommend you do because there's no commitment. Like, even if you don't want it, even if you want to play the field and sit there and have a look and see what happens when it comes out, you can lock it in, first name, last name, email, and you can get that $50 Samsung credit guaranteed to get put towards whatever. We've got the new Samsung Ring coming out. We've got the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra coming out, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to test it out. New earbuds. I saw a picture of those that was leaked on Twitter today, or X as you would call it. So this is going to be, I think, the biggest Samsung launch ever, with all these amazing products that are coming out. And of course, Samsung is the one to beat in the Android world with the ecosphere. So yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to do like a quick kind of discussion about that because yeah, Z Fold 6 going to have the same cameras as the Z Fold 5, roughly the same dimensions, probably the same level of support. I don't think it's going to get 7 years of operating system updates or anything like that. So I think you're still sitting pretty with the Z Fold 5, and it's been a fantastic phone. It's been my number one foldable this last year. I have clocked so many hours on this phone, and it definitely has not failed me, and it's been a really nice experience, and I think it will continue to do that. So I kind of like to be prudent here, kind of be the voice of reason, but also I know I'm an enabler. Like, I know it. I enable myself. Thankfully, my wife lets me go buy these things because, well, she doesn't have to listen to me. She lets me come out here and talk to you guys and gals about all my phone purchases. But yeah, I get it. If you want the new one, go for it. I support you 100%. But I just kind of wanted to talk about that because there's not going to be anything that's revolutionary from a day-to-day perspective. There's just going to be some quality of life polishing and refinements is what we're expecting. And hey, nothing wrong with that. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go into the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, if you like this stuff, I have a lot of Samsung content coming because I'll be getting the phones, all the extras and stuff. So I'll be covering that. So if you like these videos and you want to come back and learn more about your phone or learn whether you should get one, because yeah, the pre-order period is going to last for about 2 weeks. I probably won't be getting one early, but I will still have my insight based off of the things that I see and learn about these phones. So if you want all that, like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.